Welcome to this presentation of manipulating data with XML. My name is Dr. Vishwajit Panja. I'm your instructor. If you have questions about any of the information covered in this presentation, please use the question and comment box located on gogo.com. Now, what is XML? XML is Extensible Markup Language. So XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. Why it's markup? Characters and symbols used to insert into text for displaying data into a particular format. Okay, so it has good option of providing the data for processing, for formatting, or displaying most of the time through web page. Why it's extensible? Users add language elements to extend it. So user can modify it to come up with the organizational standard, organizational format. So it is very flexible, and again it's extensible so that user can come up with XML based language. Tags, these are the things used in XML. We're going to see some example. Tags are used in angle brackets to properly create a structure or to provide the elements. Now the XML document is in tree structure. Okay, so that means like root, leaf, so it has a tree structure, branches and so on. Example of XML. Okay, so these are tags here. Okay, address. Now why is XML is so popular? The reason XML is so popular is because of the disadvantages we have in HTML. When you are trying to write HTML document for, let's say, either web page information or to displaying the data in through a website. So when you're creating a HTML page, you have to follow or you have to use the existing tags of HTML. For example, HTML starts with angle bracket HTML, ends with angle bracket, then slash HTML, then end of angle bracket, of course. So that means HTML has its own predefined tags in order to create a document, in order to display the information. Okay, so however in XML we don't have any predefined tags. We create our own tags. However, the tags are case sensitive. So that means, for example, here if you are using address as a tag, so address starts with an angle bracket, ends with an angle bracket as well. Okay, so this is a starting tag. We have to have an ending tag. And ending tag we have to have the slash. Okay, so start tag address, end tag address. Let's say we are trying to store the address of a person. Okay, so in the address we are going to have street, house, city, state, zip code. So I created a tag called address. That's a starting tag. We have this address as end tag. Okay, then street as a start tag, street end tag. So in between the start and the end tag we provided the street information. Then house, start tag, end tag, provided the house information between start and end tag. City, start tag, end tag. So you see if city in the city C is small letter, end tag C has to be in small letter as well. Okay, so it's case sensitive, otherwise it will give you error. Okay, city start tag, city end tag, then the information here, state start tag, state end tag, information is here, zip start tag, zip end tag, the information here as well. Okay, so as you can see, we create our own tags. So there are no predefined tags like HTML. So XML is kind of a tree structure. Though we have just two levels here, address, then inside the street we could create a structure saying that house number and so on. So though here in this example we have just two levels, we can have multiple levels. Okay, so address, and then we have the other tags. And again, we provided our own tags. We did not use any predefined tags, or XML does not have any predefined tag. Okay, now so the start tag, it begins with a left angle bracket, end tag begins with a left angle bracket and a forward slash. So start tag here, address, end tag, address. So in XML, if we have a start tag, we have to have an end tag. Okay, we always have to end the tag, otherwise it will give you error. Okay, so this is a simple XML example, okay, to provide the information in XML format. So if you try to show this example through a web browser, let's say Internet Explorer, so we have the same thing here, address, street, house, state, zip, address, this is the end tag here. So you see the change of the color. So this is through when you try to save this in HTML and then try to display the information, you'll get a security warning saying that okay, something is trying to be displayed. You have to say yes, and then you can see this information. You'll have this plus sign. You see the address, it says plus. You have to click this plus to display this complete information. So now you see the color change here. So for the tags, we have this blue, and then the tag, the angle brackets, they're in blue. Then the tags, they're in maroon. Okay, and then you see the end tag here, and then the information. So as I was telling you, the colors in the tags, in the angle bracket, and then the information. So the angle brackets are displayed in blue, the tags are displayed in maroon, and the information in black. And then in the web browser format, you'll see the plus, address. Click on the plus, it will give you the information like this. Now see the tree structure I was telling you about. Okay, now in order to insert comments in XML, you have to have this angle bracket, then exclamation, dash dash, then the comments, dash dash, angle bracket. Okay, so let's say we are trying to information about student, address, and his classes. Okay, so here we have student starting tag, student end tag, student's name, start tag, end tag, let's say last name, first name. Okay, address, street, house, city, state, zip. So address starts here, address ends here. The class, in fall, in winter, class starts here, class ends here. So you can see the structure in a tree here. So this is the XML document. So student starts here, student ends here. Last starts here, last ends here. Tango, first starts here, first ends here. Tom, the name, it started here, now it ends here. Okay, and then the address starts here, ends here. in the address we have this tag: street starts here, ends here, 1 Main Street, house starts here, ends here, 425, city starts here, ends here. So you see the tags and then the information, and then here you have the state, it starts here, ends here, Kentucky, zip starts here, ends here, then the zip. So the address starts here, address ends here. And then for the class, starts here, it ends here, and then we have class for fall 09, so starts here, ends here, intro to C#, winter 10, starts here, ends here, Java. So you get the idea that first, if you want to provide the comments, you provide the comments. Now this one is for the XML version 1.0, can have some more information. Okay, but for the comments you can have starting tag like open angle bracket, exclamation, dash, and then the comment you're trying to insert, then dash, and then another angle bracket to end the comment. And then we have this tree structure here. In this example we are trying to show student information, student's name, student address, classes. Okay, so these are the information, and again this is visible through a browser, and in the browser, as I was telling you, you'll be able to see different colors for angle brackets, color for the tag, and separate color for the information. And again, sometimes when you're trying to display the information, the web browser might block the information, so you can right click and say let me display the information. So you can display the information by right click and say yeah, you want to display, you say yes. Okay, so you get the idea. Now XSLT is an important part of XML. It is used for transforming XML in other formats. Okay, if you want to convert XML into other formats, like for example you want to display the information, you're trying to use a style sheet. Okay, so again we are covering the very basic of XML. XML is a wide area, it has a lot more than what we are seeing here. So we are just covering the very basics. Okay, so it's used for transforming XML in other formats. It's a standard. So here is XML version 1.0, XML style sheet type text, or XSL, and we are referring to this style sheet here, studentstyle.xsl. That means when you're displaying the information in a web page, you have to link to some style sheet. So that style sheet, it's going to provide the information about how to display the information, let's say in a browser. So here we need to refer to a style sheet. Okay, so here we have, let's say, student which we have just seen, student name, last, first, address, street, house, city, state, zip, end of address, class, end of class. So each have just seen. But if you're displaying this information directly in a web page, you have seen that we are going to see the information in this format here. Okay, if you're browsing, if you're displaying the information in a web page, you will see the change of the color for the tags, for the information, for the text. But if you want to display the information in a, let's say, table format or in any other format, in that case you have to refer to some styles in order to again display the information in proper format. So I mean, the example which we are seeing here, just in XML example, and then we use some style for displaying the information again in table format or any other format. Okay, W3C specification, guidelines for communication. So W3C provides guidelines for different formatting, different form of in the displaying the information in different form, mostly through the web page. Okay. Now WPF application is an important application in C#, used some part of the XML. Okay, so in order to create a WPF application, say file, new project, WPF browser application. Okay, so we have seen the console application, we have seen the Windows Form application. Now we can see the WPF browser application. I'm just showing you like how to create a project. We are not going in much detail, but just the very basics. So file, new project, WPF browser application. You give the browser application a name. This is what you are going to see. And if you want to display the information in browser, you can. And the code is generated at the bottom here. You can get the information through the Solution Explorer if you're trying to see one particular element, one particular option. Okay, so again, WPF browser application can be used to display the information. It uses a certain part of the XML. Now if you want to place a button in this form, okay, similar to creating a GUI, okay, you can go to the toolbox and place a button, and again the code is generated here. See the button height, margin, name. Okay, you can change the name through the properties like we did for the GUI applications. You can do similar here, and it generates the code. Like in GUI application, it generated the code for us. Here it generate the in the GUI. When you place the object, it creates code for us. Now here in the WPF application, when you create the form, place the objects, it generate the code for us as well. So for the button here, you have the form, the button, and then we see the code for the button, the height, margin, name, and so on. Okay, so the code is generated for the button. Thank you for joining me. If you have questions or comments about the information covered in this presentation, please use the question and comment box located on gogo.com. I'll see you in the next module.